Alright. We should be back. Let's make sure you guys can hear me. We should be back. Alright, guys. What's going on, guys? We are back. My OBS just freaking crashed, of course. OBS is garbage, especially this laptop is garbage, so it's a perfect combination of both. But what's going on, guys? I can see you guys. I can see you. Okay, I can hear you. I can hear you. All right, awesome. What's going on, guys? We are back. We are going to go over this 53-man roster. I wanted to make a video on it, but I'm like, forget the video. Let's just talk about it on a live, and then I'll probably make a separate video after this. I'm just have my live out here. Yeah, so quick little update, guys. Quick little update. I did get a webcam, so I'm going to be using my new webcam with my new computer. So this thing I'll probably kick to the curb soon. Don't worry. As you guys know, I just had that, little freaking buffering and lag right there with my old computer, and the video quality is terrible. I look orange. I promise you I'm not this orange, but yeah, so next stream, which is Sunday, you guys should see my new webcam setup. So anyway, let's go over this 53-man roster. You guys know that I am a huge fan of Ryan Connelly. I don't understand why on earth we let Ryan Connelly, and we'll get into that later. We'll go on a rant. Don't worry, I'm going to make a separate video with the rant as well, because we're going to rant. But what's going on, everybody in the chat? Johnny T, Ligma, Ramdre, Jared Williams, Mike Nixon, Edward Chan, Adrian Tamayoso. So we are here. We are live. So we'll switch over to the view real quick. Want to make sure that we get some people in the stream. What are you guys' basic reactions off of this? Do you guys like the 53-man roster? Do you guys hate it? What? Obviously, the whole Ryan Connelly situation we will get into. And no, Mike Nixon, I can't take calls just because I don't trust this computer. I would love to take calls. I don't trust this computer. I don't. Not right now. It crashed on me for no reason just now or earlier when I just started the stream. So I don't trust it right now. But when I get my new setup, I have the webcam. I have my computer. I just got to set it up, and then we will do all that. But yeah, tan blue. I don't know why it makes me so orange. This webcam is stupid. It makes me like I'm Trump's son or something like that. Edward Chan says the cut isn't that bad. Edward, I would understand it if the cut wasn't that bad, because I know why they cut him, right? I know why they cut him. It was because that he gets hurt too often. He sat out a couple of practices early, in this camp. He was on and off the practice field, and obviously he had the injury last year, so that's gonna, concern some people, raise some heads, and turn some heads towards what if Connelly, what if we got rid of Connelly? But we don't have the luxury of saying that we have, that Ryan Connelly is expendable. Listen, if Ryan Connelly, if he's that much of an issue that he gets hurt too often, then let him play a limited role. This guy is not like, just because he's not a starter doesn't mean that he shouldn't be on the team. Like, if he gets hurt that often, have Devontae Downs start or something like that. Have him as depth. Do something. At least keep him on the field. We got T.J. Brunson. What did he do all camp? What has Brunson done all camp? Right? This is going back to like my Jabril Pepper. What did he do? T.J. Brunson, why is he on the team still? Right? Why is T.J. Brunson on the team? How did Cam Brown make it as an edge rusher? How did T.J. Brunson? Tay Crowder has been turning some heads, but I don't understand why we had to keep Brunson and let go of Ryan Connelly. I don't care. Ryan Connelly is extremely talented. The fact that we let him go, I just can't understand it. I heard from OGR, I believe he is not eligible for, he is eligible for practice squad. Ryan Connelly is eligible for the practice squad, which I don't know why why would we even put Ryan Connelly on the practice squad? I don't think we're going to put him on the practice squad, because I would have thought we would have cut TJ Brunson, put TJ Brunson on the practice squad, and then keep Ryan Connelly. So if Ryan Connelly does get hurt, which is probably more likely than not, if Ryan Connelly does get hurt, then you bring in TJ Brunson from the practice squad. You don't do it opposite. You don't keep TJ Brunson and then keep Ryan Connelly, who is like a 5th round gem, just in your practice squad for anybody to sign, by the way. So, because teams can just take anybody from your practice squad. You guys have to remember that. Connelly wasn't playing well in training camp. He was playing well in training camp. He wasn't ground beating and ground shaking. He was never ground shaking, but he's a really good starter. And I'm really disappointed in the Giants right now in their front office of letting Ryan Connelly go. I'm not a fan of it. I'm gonna pull up the chat. I'm gonna pull up the chat on my phone here so I could keep you guys there. So when I switch to the other setup, I won't be able to see the stream from my computer. So let's keep this chat just like that. Let's put my phone on silent so you guys don't hear it vibrate. Let's see. All right. So we are moving into the next setup here. Where is it at? Where is my live stream? Hold on. I'm confused. Where's my scene? Oh my god, I gotta make another scene now. That's great. Let's make another scene now. For whatever reason, my scene is still there. Right here. There we go. I was like, what the heck? Alright. Alright, so, sorry guys, I haven't used OBS in a while. I've been using StreamYard a lot. So, this is the whole view here. I don't want to see the Titans logo. Yeah, that was from my old live stream like a while ago. But, anyway, I think we got it. We're up to speed now, right? We're up to speed. Alright, so, this is what we're looking at. So, first thing off the bat that I noticed, as soon as I pulled up this image, as soon as I pulled up, the news that the Giants went ahead and cut down to their 53-man roster. The staff probably knows something that we don't know. Yeah, and that's always, Johnny T, that's always what I assume. That's always where I go to. Like, there's got to be something we don't know, right? No, Edward Chan. That was from when I did the Titans live stream in the playoffs. I still have it there. That's how long it's been since I used OBS. But we're taking a look here at this 53-man roster, right? And I am perplexed that, first of all, we only kept 2 quarterbacks. That's a little concerning. Just because Daniel Jones did get hurt last year, I know he wasn't out for long, but he did get hurt last year, missed 2 games, okay? Colt McCoy is there as well, but I'm a guy, listen, Eli Manning was different. Eli Manning was a guy that I did not care if we only kept 2 quarterbacks on the roster, because he just didn't go down, right? He just doesn't go down. He never missed a start from injury. Daniel Jones already missed 2 starts in his career with an injury, so he's already got that going on for him. So I don't know why we kept only 2 quarterbacks, but that's neither here or there. Second of all, tight ends. We only kept 3 tight ends. So let me get this straight. We're going to run a power running scheme with multiple 2 tight end sets, 3 tight end sets even, and we're only keeping 3 tight ends on the roster. That raises a brow. Okay? What's going on? The Sports Fury. What's going on, Josh and Sean? What is going on, man? What is going on, guys? The Sports Fury in the building. But that raises some questions here. Why are the Giants keeping only 3 tight ends and 5 wide receivers? Yeah, I don't get it. 3 tight ends. So we're running a power running scheme like the Dallas Cowboys because we got Jason Garrett, and we're hearing all these things about, getting the big boys up front, the hog mollies. That includes the tight ends as well. Caden Smith, Levine Toilolo. They're run supporters, right? So we have Evan Ingram, who's that deep threat, mismatch tight end. So say we come out in a 3 tight end set, we have no backup tight ends. So you're telling me if a tight end goes down right now, if Evan Ingram inevitably gets hurt, right? If Evan Ingram inevitably gets hurt, we're going to have just 2 tight ends left. And so how are we going to run a power scheme that we want to run? We're going to be sit here, Eli Penny. You're going to throw Eli Penny out there as a tight end? Come on, man. This offense is all weird. Okay, this whole I'm not happy with the 53-man roster. I'm just not. Only 2 fullbacks? Wow. Oh man. Toilolo is a good blocker though. Yeah, that's the thing. Okay, so say we run a 3 tight end set, right? Say the Giants like to run their 3 tight end sets because we're trying to run these power running scheme, right? Say Evan Ingram goes down. Now we can't run a power running scheme. Now half of our freaking playbook is down because we're not running with the 3 tight ends. And then we can't even run 2 tight end sets. We can't run 2 tight end sets because what if one of those guys goes down? They weren't thinking about this. And I maybe, like I said, maybe there's something we don't know. Maybe that's not the Giants' scheme. Maybe our scheme is not power running. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. But that's what the Giants made me believe. Okay? So, 3 tight ends, 2 quarterbacks. What? That doesn't make sense. Okay, so the running backs, this is exactly what I predicted. I was spot on with the running backs. And the tight ends I was spot on with as well. Toilolo, McIntyre, Caden Smith, Evan Ingram. But then I added Garrett Dickerson in there because Garrett Dickerson is very balanced. He's a faster tight end that can catch the ball pretty well. Pretty beefy, and also, supports in the run game as well as a blocker. So I felt like Garrett Dickerson was a perfect candidate to make the roster. Ryson John, unfortunately, was put on IR. So, I don't have a problem with the running backs. This is, self-explanatory. Did you guys really see Tavian Feaster making the roster? No. Offensive line. That's fine. That's completely fine. That's actually perfect. That's fine. I'm weirded out a little bit. So John Jalapeno, after we just signed him, 2 days after we signed John Jalapeno, he gets cut. That doesn't... What the hell? What, did you just bring him in for a cup of coffee and just say, all right, I'll see you later? Like, I don't understand that at all. I think they're trying to scare Spencer Pulley or something, but, that threw me off. So I have my predictions right here. You guys saw my video. I have my predictions here, and I had Spencer Pulley being cut because John Jalapeno coming in. I mean, that come on, that raises some eyebrows there. You would think that John Jalapeno is, going to make the roster just in time, but he gets cut. John Jalapeno gets cut. All right, and then everybody else I predicted: Lemieux, Hernandez, Gates, Fleming, Zeitler, Thomas. It's all self-explanatory except Chad Slade. I probably should have had Chad Slade in there. I had the Giants keeping 8 offensive linemen as opposed to 9, which is what they have here, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, so I had them keeping 8 just to make. I wanted more guys on the defensive side of the ball. I was trying to overload the defense, but wide receivers. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Our wide receivers are screwed. We are freaking screwed. We're screwed. Okay? We kept 5 wide receivers. Golden Tate, who's a veteran getting up there in age. Darius Slayton, who's had injury issues. Sterling Shepard has a concussion every week. Corey Coleman tears his ACL every year. And then the CJ Board character, right? CJ Board's all right. He made this roster. He deserved to make this roster. He's making plays in training camp. We have 4 wide receivers. Our top 4 wide receivers have the possibility of getting hurt in one game. In one game. What are we supposed to do? Because it happens a lot. What are we supposed to do if Sterling Shepard and Corey Coleman get hurt and you just got Golden Tate, Darius Slayton, and CJ Board in the game? What, are you gonna throw Dion Lewis at freaking wide receiver? You're gonna make Saquon play some wide receiver? Evan Ingram, you can throw him on the outside? They're not preparing for what is to come. They're not preparing their depth. This team was not preparing their depth. So I have a big issue with that. I have a huge issue with that. Thank you guys for all joining in the stream. We have 62 people in here so far. If you guys haven't already and you guys are enjoying the stream, make sure you guys hit that like button. I'll be answering all you guys' questions after I completely go over this roster here, the 53-man roster. I'll be answering everybody's questions. Make sure you guys hit that like button for me. Let's just smash the like button. I don't have a goal today. Just smash that freaking like button, guys. Smash it. So, a quick wrap up on the offense. We got to work with what we got, and that's it. Yeah, but it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Yes, you got to work with what you got. Why didn't you give yourself more? Why are you making it harder on yourself? I guarantee you, mark my words, YouTube land. Mark my words, all my subscribers. We are going to have a huge issue when Evan Ingram goes down. And we're going to have a huge issue when Sterling Shepard gets another concussion and Corey Coleman tears his ACL. And we're scattering the freaking interwebs and they're scattering the waiver wire for tight ends and wide receivers. Yes, the practice squad expanded to 16 players. I understand that. The practice squad expanded to 16 players, which is great. It's great. We better load up on offense. Tight ends and wide receivers. We need to have wide receivers ready. I want Victor. I want Mack. Right? I want Bachman. Those are the 3 guys I want on the roster. I want on the practice squad. I don't know who else. Sills is hurt. There's 26 likes. Appreciate that, Charles Deo. Appreciate that, guys. Appreciate everybody hitting that like button as well. So, I guarantee you we're going to have a huge problem with the tight ends and wide receivers later on in the year. We will be adding free agents, don't worry. Yes, but why does nobody want to worry now? Why does nobody want to prepare themselves for success? Set yourself up for success. If you understand that Evan Ingram, your starting tight end, cannot finish a freaking season healthy, and Corey Coleman cannot even start a season healthy because he gets hurt in preseason games, which we didn't have any, so that's why he's healthy. Sterling Shepard had like 2 or 3 concussions last year. Why don't you overload these positions to then set yourself up for success so that if these guys go down, and it's just one player, just 2 players, 1 extra tight end and 1 extra wide receiver. That's all I wanted. I'm not here saying, get 5 tight ends, get 7 wide receivers. I'm just saying, we should have added another wide receiver and we should have added another tight end. How are you expected to run how are you expected to run a power run scheme with 3 tight ends? There are some power run plays that have 3 tight ends on the field. That's all your tight ends. So you're telling me if one of those guys gets hurt, you can't even run a 3 tight end set anymore. You don't have an extra guy. So what, every week we're going to have to keep throwing on guys from the practice squad? Is that what we're going to do now? Sterling's problem is drops? No, Sterling's problem is injuries. Sterling has dropped some. Do you want Dillon? I don't really care for Derek Dillon too much. Derek Dillon is just a fast guy. He's not a playmaker. LSU just despised using him. They just use him as a distraction, just a fast guy, a distraction. Practice squad. Yeah, everybody keeps saying practice squad. How are you guys not seeing the issue though? I'm just trying to wonder, how are you guys not seeing the issue? That sounds like jumbo package. Yes. It's what the Cowboys do. The Cowboys always have tight ends on the field. Sign Preston Parker. KB, I like the guy Tana did a video on. Maybe they target him. Hakeem Butler. It would make sense. The Giants would have to make sure they sign him. Of course, they can just bring on a wide receiver. And let's just get something straight here, okay? Tomorrow, this 53-man roster is not going to look familiar at all. Tomorrow, when they put David Mayo and Xavier McKinney on IR, we're going to see a whole different roster. So maybe they do add a tight end and a wide receiver. But right now, I'm not happy. Right now, I'm not happy. All right? KB overreacting. It's not an overreaction. You guys know the issues we had last year. How are you guys saying this is not a big deal when last year everybody in the draft was saying KB, we should get Antonio Gandy Golden. We should get Chase Claypool. We need wide receiver depth. Now I'm over here saying let's stock up on wide receivers, and now you guys are saying don't worry about it. Come on. It was you guys, it was everybody saying we need to get Chase Claypool, we need to get Antonio Gandy Golden, we need to get John Hightower, we need to get, Justin Jefferson. I had some people wanting a wide receiver in the first round. And now everybody's saying that don't worry about the wide receivers. The whole reason why we wanted wide receivers in this year's draft was because our wide receivers can't stay healthy. And we have the same guys on the squad right now. So how does that... Come on. Thank you, Adrian. Thank you. You run a 2 tight end set and the fullback. You don't have to run 3. Elijah Penny, are you really going to sit here and say Elijah Penny is going to be a third tight end all the time? Even Carl Banks said it. Elijah Penny knows a little bit of tight end, but don't expect him to do it. Did you guys watch that training camp episode? I believe it was Carl Banks or with Howard Cross, one of those guys. When we were focusing on tight ends, they mentioned Eli Penny, and they said, the Giants can't depend on Eli Penny to be a tight end. It's better that he focus on being a fullback / running back than a fullback / tight end. It's not that, guys, this is not Madden. This isn't Madden. I'm telling you, trust me, guys, I love Madden. But you guys can't just throw anybody, just because they're in overall at some point, and then you just switch them over. Like, oh, Eli Penny could play tight end. Look, it says that he's a 71 overall as a tight end. Doesn't work like that in the real life, okay? It's a whole different freaking room he needs to be in. So, I'll answer more questions on the offense later. If you guys have any questions on the offense, let me read some comments first before we move on to the defense. I'll read some comments. Come on, we will pass so much. We need a deep threat. Yeah, I mean we have a deep threat. I mean we have Darius Slayton, and Golden Tate is a low key deep threat. He's an underrated speed. But yeah, we just need more guys, man. CJ Board I like, because CJ Board is like a taller possession guy, right? If I'm not mistaken, how tall is CJ Board? Because when I seen him on practice film and stuff like that, he looks pretty tall, and he looked like he could catch the ball very well. A possession guy, loves the outside, right? He loves the outside. So I mean, I like CJ Board. I like what he brings. Trust me, I'm not complaining with who's our last wide receiver. I like it. I just wanted an extra guy like a Bachman, right? Alex Bachman had a fantastic camp. Fantastic. I mean, everybody was raving about Alex Bachman. Sometimes they were saying he was the best wide receiver on the field. That he caught everything in tight coverage. He was beating guys in the slot, I would have loved for Alex Bachman to make this roster just to have some assurance, guys. It's just assurance. I'm not sitting here saying we need these guys to perform like Alex Bachman is going to be used 24/7 and we need to use him. Like, no, I just want assurance. I just want to make sure that if one of these guys goes down, maybe a game happens and 2 wide receivers go down. What the hell are we going to do? We're going to be signing freaking Preston Parkers off the street. We don't want to put ourselves in that position. We don't want to do that to ourselves. So, let's get on to the defensive line. I'll have to say myself, okay? I was spot on with the defensive line, okay? I got that 100% correct, all right? Out of a bunch of guys we had on the defensive line, these are the guys we keep. And the Giants listened to me when it came to this. You know, a lot of people were saying keep 5 defensive linemen, but I want 6. I want a good, healthy rotation in there. The interior defensive line is our strong point. Let's focus on the strong point and let's throw in the best guys out there. Our interior defensive line. Look at this interior defensive line. This defensive line is nasty. Nasty, man. Come on. You're starting off with Dalvin Tomlinson in the middle. Dexter Lawrence playing the 3 tech. And then next to Dexter, on the opposite 3 tech is Leonard Williams. RJ McIntosh at one backup 3 tech. BJ Hill on the other backup 3 tech. And then Austin Johnson as a backup nose. I mean, that's what you want. That is what you want. That is spot on. A really good roster, roster adjustment, roster management for the defensive line. I'm a huge fan of this defensive line. Huge fan. Not for nothing, but my grandma could have gotten the defensive line spot on. No, because I was watching a lot of predictions and they were cutting Austin Johnson and keeping in like Chris Slayton or something like that. Some other guys like Nico Lalos or something like that, having him make their... I've seen some crazy stuff, but I was spot on, okay? I don't care. Next up, the linebackers. The only reason why I was not spot on with the linebackers is because I was of the belief that David Mayo and Xavier McKinney were going to be put on the IR prior to the 53-man roster coming out. I don't understand why they didn't put him on IR beforehand, because David Mayo is not going to be playing week 1, neither is Xavier McKinney, and these guys can be designated to return by week 3. Not saying that they are. But they can be designated to return by week 3. So David Mayo's out for the year. I have no hope for him. But Xavier McKinney, we don't have to wait till week 10 for Xavier McKinney to come back. He could come back whenever he's healthy. So I love that. I love that. Huge fan of that. So if Xavier McKinney comes back week 6, week 7, hell yeah, 3 weeks early, I would love that. So Cam Brown makes the roster. I don't like this guy. I don't like TJ Brunson either. And it pisses me off how we keep these guys and we let go of Ryan Connelly. It pisses me off. Mikey Too Nice says, what do you think of my last comment? The issue is that we need tight ends and wide receivers. Why is everyone blind to that? It's insane, guys. 3 tight end set, 5 wide receivers. Are you joking? Pick up Akeem Butler and Ryan Switzer. Come on. Yeah, I see Ryan Switzer there. The only reason why I would stay away from Ryan Switzer is that he's just like the wide receivers we have. He gets hurt often and he's small. So I'm not a fan of Switzer. But I do like Hakeem Butler. He would instantly be one of the most different wide receivers we have here. Hakeem Butler would be somebody I would target, and he just got drafted a year ago, so he's still really young. But the whole 3 tight end set, don't even get me started on that, man. I'm trying to move on from that because some people are getting annoyed with that. Trust me, I can rant about these, how we only have 3 tight ends and 5 wide receivers. It's stupid. It's absolutely stupid. Didn't think McIntosh was going to make it. Yeah, RJ McIntosh is really good. RJ McIntosh on a weak defensive line would be a starter. In a 3-4. RJ McIntosh is a 5th-round gem that we got in 2018. But Cam Brown, it seems like they're going to be using him as an edge rusher, and I'm okay with it. And I feel like if they need to put him back at inside linebacker, they will. TJ Brunson, I'm just perplexed. I don't like him that much. I mean, his film is okay, but nothing really jumps out the screen for me. TJ Brunson's film is like 5th round, 6th round type of talent, which is fine, right? It's okay. I mean, that's where he was drafted at. So I'm not catching a fit over it. But I don't know how does TJ Brunson as an inside linebacker, with his lack of talent, how does that overcome Ryan Connelly's injuries? If you guys get what I'm saying. So Ryan Connelly's injuries are so bad that we have to bring in TJ Brunson. Is TJ Brunson that good to to cut Ryan Connelly because of his injuries and bring him on. Like, come on. Ryan was not great on the outside. More inside corner. Oh, we're talking about Logan Ryan. Watch Cam Brown and TJ Brunson come in and be productive. They're not. They're not. I have more faith in Tay Crowder. Tay Crowder's my guy. Out of Georgia, Mr. Irrelevant. He was our third inside linebacker we drafted. And Tay Crowder's the best of them. He was the last guy drafted, and he was the best of them. Tay Crowder's impressing as well, so he's proving me right. I was raving about Tay Crowder the moment we drafted him. I didn't know anything about him, but when I looked into him, I said, damn, this guy's the best inside linebacker that we drafted so far, in that draft, in the 2020 draft. Don't ever disrespect TJ Brunson. Listen, TJ Brunson's going to be an afterthought in the season. I'd be willing to bet you guys that TJ Brunson is going to be an afterthought in the season. Promise. Promise you. But Lorenzo Carter Coughlin, I'm so happy. I'm happy Carter Coughlin made it. I'm so happy he made it. I'm so happy that the Giants weren't like, oh, let's just keep Cam Brown instead. Let's work with Cam Brown. Because Cam Brown is not even an edge rusher. They're just using him as such. But I've seen so many predictions. Cut Carter Coughlin and keep Cam Brown for whatever reason. It makes no sense to me whatsoever. But Carter Coughlin is a legit sleeper at edge rusher. And I love him. Devontae Downs, Tay Crowder, inside linebackers, Kyler Fackrell, Marcus Golden, Blake Martinez, David Mayo, Ocean Jimenez. It's pretty self-explanatory for there. I have big hopes for Devontae Downs. Now that Ryan Connelly is gone, that's telling me that the Giants are confident in Devontae Downs. That's what I'm getting out of it. That's what I'm getting out of it. That the Giants are confident in Devontae Downs. That there's no need for competition anymore. In my opinion, if Devontae Downs won it, I would just keep Ryan Connelly as a backup guy. Cut TJ Brunson. Keep Tay Crowder. Cut TJ Brunson and put him on the practice squad. That's what I would have done. I bet you TJ Brunson will win Defensive Rookie of the Year. Get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of here. What is he going to be, like a Darius Leonard or something like that? But, yeah, linebackers are fine. They're fine. And defensive backs. We cut Grant Haley. So, I don't mind the guys we kept over Grant Haley at cornerback. I actually don't care. I don't care that we cut Grant Haley as much. But I'm just, what did Sean Chandler do? What is Sean Chandler doing? I love Sean Chandler. Don't get me wrong. I was a huge Sean Chandler guy coming out of Temple. I actually predicted him to make the roster the year we signed him back in 2018, I believe. But yeah, it was 2018. He's done nothing since then. In fact, he's taken the worst safety angles I've probably ever seen. He learned from Curtis Riley. Because Curtis Riley did the same thing. Did not know how to take angles. So Sean Chandler takes a roster spot from Grant Haley. Yes, it's safeties and cornerbacks, but the defensive backs are putting it together. So I don't know how Sean Chandler's going to get any playing time. Sean Chandler plays special teams, and I've seen him in the special teams games a lot. Maybe that's why we decided to keep him. But I'm sorry, guys. Can I say this? This might be a hot take. I actually really like our defensive backs. And I'll get into that in just a second, but let that soak in so you guys can get the shock in so I can explain to you guys. I actually really like our defensive backs. So, what I mean by that is that our safeties, our free safeties, are former cornerbacks. Logan Ryan and Julian Love are former cornerbacks. They can still play corner. So, I don't really mind that James Bradbury, Isaac Yadam, and Darnay Holmes starting. And then behind them is Corey Ballentine. And that's pretty much it. Logan Ryan and Julian Love can play cornerback if they are needed, if there's any injuries, if there's fatigue, if we're getting, late in the game and they need to come in and play some corner. I don't mind it. I really love what the Giants did with the defensive backs. Nate Ebner deserves to make this team. He's a really good special teamer. And then when Xavier McKinney gets put on IR, which is inevitably going to happen probably tomorrow. When McKinney gets put on IR, we'll bring in Chris Williamson. And Chris Williamson, check this out. The Giants are using Williamson as like a safety role, slot corner safety role. That's exactly what I predicted for him when we drafted him. When we drafted him, I said, this guy looks more like a safety. This guy plays corner, but he moves like a safety. He like hovers around like a safety. Kind of like a little field general. Like Antoine Winfield. Right? But, yeah, I'm pretty sure Xavier McKinney, when he gets put on IR, up comes Chris Williamson, the defensive back from Minnesota we drafted. Was it Minnesota? Where he came from? Yeah, I think he came from Minnesota. Similar to Carter Coughlin here. Trying to see what else is there to point out. When David Mayo gets put on IR, I don't expect us to... hold on. David Mayo is going to get put on IR. How many inside linebackers do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't see us keeping 5 inside linebackers. Okay, so here's the thing. Ryan Connelly's career with the Giants may not be over yet. Okay? It may not be over yet. We still have David Mayo to put on IR. We still have David Mayo to put on IR. If David Mayo gets put on IR, Ryan Connelly may be a guy they call back. Maybe because he's not going on the practice squad. If the Giants really had a thought in cutting him, they're not going to put him on the practice squad. That means they do not want anything to do with him. Because they would have just cut TJ Brunson. If the injuries were a huge issue, they would just cut TJ Brunson, keep Ryan Connelly, see if he works out. If he gets hurt, you cut Ryan Connelly or you put him on IR, and then you bring in TJ Brunson from the practice squad. So something tells me that Ryan Connelly's career with the Giants may not be done just yet. I don't know if I'm probably, looking into it a little too much. Probably, but I'm starting to have that feeling just a little bit, because I'm still wondering how the hell T.J. Brunson makes the roster over Ryan Connelly. I can't even fathom that. I can't fathom it. Ryan Connelly had a fantastic first 3 weeks of the season. Fantastic. I mean, he was playing great. Sidney Jones would be nice. We can't stay healthy. Sidney Jones, I don't like Sidney Jones. Sidney Jones is a cover corner. He's not a man corner. I watched him out of Washington. I'm not a fan of Sidney Jones at all. I don't think he's a good tackler. I think he's a blanket corner. He's a guy that just stays over top of you, kind of like plays like a safety. I don't think he's physical. I don't think we need outside corners, and he's an outside corner, but just like a really small, frail, does not big on contact. He's not a good tackler. He's not physical. Guy just blankets you, just plays no press coverage whatsoever. He plays 10 yards off the line constantly. I'm not a Sidney Jones guy whatsoever. Not a Sidney Jones guy. In fact, I was laughing when the Eagles used a second round pick on him. Yeah, I'm not bringing in that. I heard Cam Brown hates Dallas, so I know, and that's why everybody likes Cam Brown. That's why everybody likes Cam Brown. That's why everybody's rooting for him. Listen, I'm rooting for you if you're talented. I'm rooting for you if you're talented. Cam Brown just doesn't fit the bill for me. Cam Brown doesn't fit the bill for me. Especially as an edge rusher. I don't see him as an edge rusher. He's like a Leonard Floyd type, but just worse. David Mayo didn't fully tear his meniscus. Hurt is partially torn. Yeah, but he's still going to be put on IR. Because with the new rules that are put in place, you can bring in as much players as you want. From what I hear, you could bring in as much players as you want from IR and they only have to miss 3 games in the season. They only have to miss 3 games in the season. You could put everybody on IR so they can stay contractually with the team. Like Rice and John, right? Rice and John got put on IR. Did anybody hear about any injuries before he got put on IR? Rice and John, the tight end? No. Maybe the Giants are putting him on IR to then bring him in later on in the season. Maybe that's what they're thinking. But I'm thinking they would have done the same thing with Ryan Connelly. But, I mean, you could put anybody in IR this year. As much players as you want. And take them off IR. They just have to miss 3 games in the season first. I want Ballentine to be nasty this year. I hope so. And I'm actually really glad the Giants made the move for Isaac Yiadom. Because, say what you want, is it going to be 55-man roster this year? No, it's not. I thought it was, but it's not. 4th round pick. Okay, I thought it was a 2nd round pick. I thought Sidney Jones was a 2nd round pick. He was supposed to be a 1st round pick, but he got hurt. I thought it was a 2nd round pick, though. But anyway, I'm actually really happy the Giants signed or traded Isaac Yiadom, because that means Corey Ballentine does not have to be starting. He's not just thrown in there to start. You know? But what the F is Slade and Pulley doing here? They suck. Well, it's just depth. It's just depth, Mikey. I assumed Slade was going to make the roster. I didn't include him in there. Because I only have the Giants keeping 8 guys, but if I was gonna pick a 9th guy, it was gonna be Slade. He's just a body. The offensive line needs guys in there, no matter if they're good or not. You just need bodies in there. So I'm happy they kept 9. I'm okay with it. But yeah, guys, that's a doozy, man. I cannot believe the Giants cut Ryan Connelly, man. I cannot believe the Giants only kept 5 wide receivers, 3 tight ends. I've never been so displeased with the roster in a very long time. I usually like the Giants roster. Like, Pat Shurmur's rosters, I actually didn't have a problem with. Ben McAdoo's rosters, didn't have a problem with. Coach Coughlin's rosters, didn't have a problem with. I'm having a problem with this Joe Judge roster. Just a tad bit. Just a tad bit. There are things I like, but there are things I do not like. Because here's the thing, right? The Giants could go ahead and get another tight end and wide receiver, and everything will be okay. The thing is, if they're starting off with just 3 tight ends and 5 wide receivers, I hope that is not a consistency throughout the season. I hope we do not think that throughout the season we're going to run a power run game with, running the ball down your throat with Saquon Barkley with 3 tight ends on the roster. It's not going to happen. On top of that, Evan Ingram does not block. He's like Jimmy Graham. So you basically have 2 blocking tight ends, and that's it. You run a 2 tight end set power run scheme. Levine Toilolo goes down with an injury. You just have Evan Ingram and Caden Smith. Good luck. Eli Penny, go ahead and play the wing, right? Play the wing tight end. Play the wing back. That's not putting yourself in a good position to succeed. It's not. It's not. I'll go ahead and answer your questions now. We pretty much ran over the roster. I don't need to go over the special teams, guys. You guys aren't dumb, okay? We knew these guys were gonna make the roster. I hope Connelly comes back. See, I would hope so, but it doesn't make sense that Connelly would come back as a practice squad player. They're not going to put him on the practice squad. The guy started games last year, and if TJ Brunson made the team over Ryan Connelly, that means they probably are not interested in Ryan Connelly. I cannot see a world where they elect to bring on TJ Brunson on the starting roster and put Ryan Connelly on the practice squad. That does not make sense, because you had TJ Brunson was non-existent throughout camp. Non-existent. Made nothing. Did nothing. Tay Crowder made plays. We even heard Cam Brown a couple times. Nothing at TJ Brunson. Dude just came to work. The Giants will 100% grab a tight end and wide receivers. No worries, KB. I hope so, man. I hope so, Nash. Because I cannot see us going in the season like this. I can't. I don't want to worry. But remember, this is a new regime. This is a new coaching staff, and with a head coach that's never coached before. Okay, I mean, that's never been a head coach before. Are you assuming that I'm not done, KB? Are you serious? I would assume so. You're subscribed to me, so you must be smart. Don't worry, they will have a tight end on the practice squad, and they'll pick up someone on waivers. I hope so, but then they would have to cut somebody from the team, because this is the 53-man roster, so they would have to cut somebody from the team to bring on another tight end. KB, my brother, I mean BBS. What's up, Harrison? What's up, man? But yeah, guys, throw out your comments. Beginning to wrap this up soon. If you guys haven't already, make sure you guys hit that like button. If you guys are just joining in, we just finished like going over this whole roster here and my likes and dislikes about it. There's definitely a lot of things to dislike about it. I don't know what the other YouTubers are gonna say to this, how they're gonna react to this. But I hope they notice the 5 wide receivers and the 3 tight ends. I hope they notice that. Two quarterbacks. I mean, that's nothing new. The Giants had that a couple times with Eli later in his career. Nothing really else jumps out. And Ryan Connelly, too. Ryan Connelly, of course. Grant Haley is... I understand why we let go of Grant Haley. You know, I understand it. I don't mind it. I think it's a little bit of a shock just because he's a bigger name. But it's fine. So many linebackers, too. Well, yeah, Sabrina... Because remember... A couple years ago, we had not a lot of linebackers because we ran a 4-3 scheme, but this is the 3-4 scheme. So you had your linebackers are inside linebackers. I remember you used 2 of those in the 3-4 scheme. In the 4-3, you only use 1 of those. So 2 starting inside linebackers and 2 starting edge rushers, which are considered linebackers. So that's 4 guys right there. Then you have to have at least 4 guys, right, backing up each starting spot. So yeah, it adds up. It looks a lot. See, look at the defensive line. Only 6 guys there. If this was a 4-3, you would have tons of defensive linemen and a little bit of linebackers. If you guys remember from seasons past when we had a 4-3 scheme, that's how it looked like. The defensive line had a huge line. You know, had a huge section, and the linebackers was very small. This season just not gonna happen for us. It'll happen. It'll be fine. Are you ruling out the extra lineman run package sets? I'm not necessarily ruling it out. That's a good question, Damien. I'm not ruling it out. That's actually what I mentioned early on in the stream. I'm like, are the Giants gonna run a power run scheme? You know, is that because what we've been hearing is that we're gonna use Saquon, right? But how are we gonna do that? How are we gonna keep the run support going with 3 tight ends and with 1 tight end that's basically a wide receiver? How are we going to manage that? No problem, Sabrina. What do you think of Rasul Douglas? I mean, I wouldn't mind bringing him in. I'm pretty confident with the deal. Like I said, remember, our safeties, Julian Love and Logan Ryan, are former cornerbacks. If anything, we throw one of those guys at cornerback. I'm fine with it. I'm okay with it. I'm not stressing about the corner spot. I'm really not. I'm really not stressing about the corner spot. Yeah, Damien, it's all good, bro. It's fine. I explained it again. It's fine. That was a good question too. So, but Rasul Douglas, Eagles fans hated him, and Eagles fans hated him, and they have terrible defensive backs. So you think they would probably be, if he was semi decent, they would enjoy him. Like no, they hated him over there in Philadelphia. About time KB starting to tell the truth and becoming an actual analyst, not just a fan. That's how I always am, Dale. Always. Bro, I'm always... You know how many guys have unsubscribed to me because I've said things about the Giants that people don't want to hear? I think it's going to be a single back scheme. Right, NYG31. If it's going to be a single back scheme where the quarterback is under center, right? And it's obviously a run, you're going to have 2 tight end sets, 3 tight end sets. I would argue you can't even run a 2 tight end set with just 3 tight ends. I would argue you can't even do that. I would think only pass heavy offenses like the Chiefs or the Eagles or what have you, right? But even the Eagles run 2 tight end sets with Dallas Goedert and Zach Ertz. You would want to keep 4 tight ends on there. I always want to double the amount of guys that we're putting out there. So if we use a lot of 2 tight end sets, I'm having 4 guys on the roster because if one of my guys goes down, I could throw in another tight end and I'll still have another left over. I'll still have another one left over. That's how I see it. Ramiro says, "What's up, KB? Big fan from LA, California. Big Blue Wrecking Crew for life. What's going on, man? I'm pretty sure you run into a lot of Rams fans. We'll be playing them this year, too, early on in the season. So I'm pretty sure you're going to hear a lot from your freaking friends and acquaintances there. But what's going on, man? Appreciate the love all the way from LA. I know, I'm just throwing out here. Just yeah, of course, yeah. You know, when it comes to roster cuts, everybody's kind of considering guys, right? Everybody's looking at, oh, what if the Giants sign this player? What if the Giants sign that player? I understand that. Where were you when the Giants won Super Bowl 42? I was living in Pennsylvania at the time. I do it in Madden all the time. You do what in Madden all the time, Victor? What do you do in Madden all the time? Too bad we can't be at the new stadium due to COVID. Yeah. Where were you? Yvette, you already asked that question. I said I was in Pennsylvania. I don't know if that's a trick question or what. Bills gave an extension to Davis White. Yeah, I mean, he's a solid corner, man. I loved him coming out of LSU. Loved him. Loved Davis White. He wasn't even, I think that was the draft with Marlon Humphrey, right? And Mackenzie Alexander and guys like that? Or am I screwing it up? But I remember in that draft, I believe he came out in the 2017 draft, and he was like a late first-round projection. But I'm like, hey, this guy's a low-key beast. This guy's a beast. NYG31 says, I live in PA now. Yeah. With the Eagles fans? Yup. Eagles fans everywhere. A lot of Steelers fans, too. I was in the east side of Pennsylvania, but even though Pittsburgh is more west, east side of Pennsylvania still had a lot of Steelers fans. Because Philly is east. Pittsburgh is west. I feel so bad. You sound so unhappy. Unhappy with what? I'm not terribly unhappy with the roster, although I'm a little tired. That might be what it is. I'm a little tired. Came out of work a couple of hours ago. But I'm just not satisfied with the roster. That's it. I'm hoping tomorrow, because tomorrow, every year, you know, when they release the first 53-man roster, it's never what it looks like. Never what it looks like the day of. I think it's just because they don't have enough time to make all their moves they want to make. So they just say, hey, this is the final 53, and then they'll make the rest of their moves. Johnny Kelly says, go Giants. What's going on, Johnny? Plus, Evan Ingram blocking getting better. They say that every year, man. They say that he's getting better at run blocking. He's gaining weight and he's bulking up, and we hear that every year. But where is that when he's hurt on the bench? You know. How long we been going for? Just want to see here. $53 All right, guys, we'll give it about 5 to 10 more minutes. So go ahead, keep asking your question. Hakeem Butler, 4.48 speed, 6'5". Yeah, everybody's in the Hakeem Butler sweepstakes right now, man. Everybody, and I guarantee the Patriots are going to be one of the first teams calling for him, man. And he would join the Patriots. Hakeem Butler's a beast. He's better, in my opinion. I don't even know why why Hakeem Butler was drafted so late. He was supposed to be like a second round pick or something like that. First round, second round pick. Where did he get drafted? Like the 5th, 6th round or something like that? Where did Hakeem Butler get drafted? He got drafted late. That's all I know. Let's check it out. Ooh, I can't spell. The hub says you hopping in PTAs. I didn't know PTA was streaming. Packers should have interest in why. Okay, with free agent. Where was he drafted at? Like the 5th round or something like that. So, fourth round. I thought he was a 1st round pick. I liked Hakeem Butler. I didn't like N'Keal Harry. I don't like N'Keal Harry. I would love to have Hakeem Butler on the squad at 7:30. All right, cool. Yeah, I'll see if I join it. Hub, I'll see if I join it. I probably won't be on for too long though. Cause I'm a little freaking drowsy. Little drowsy. But I'll try to join that. What are we doing, Manchester? What's your gripes? What's your gripes, Manchester? What are you upset with? Because I can tell you everything that I'm upset with as well, man. Yo, KB, real quick, can you touch your nose with your tongue? No, I will not. I will not. I don't need any new profile pictures from all the troll accounts. Don't need it. I've had it happen too many times. Too many times. Are you ready for football? Oh my god, I'm so ready for football. Thursday night football, I can't wait for that. On Sunday, I'm gonna be going to my friend's house. He's a Bucks fan. I live down here in Tampa. He's a Bucks fan. And he's having a huge party, so we're gonna go over there. I'm gonna be rocking my Saquon jersey over there. I'll try to stream if I can, cause I think I'm playing. I'm a church drummer, but I don't think I'm playing next week. So I'll stream a game. I don't know which game I'll stream, but you guys can vote which game I'll stream. I'll stream a game Sunday afternoon. The 1 o'clock game. I'll stream a 1 o'clock game. And if you guys want me to, I'll stream a Sunday night game. I don't care. I'll do it. Do you think Peterson could be good for RB2 for us? That's a good question. Cause nobody asked me that. Nikki, thank you so much for the question. KB, can you say let's go Celtics? Ew, don't. That's disgusting. Don't ever. No. Nikki asked about Peterson on the Giants. You know, I remember a couple of years ago. What was this? 2017? 2017 or 2018? Before Saquon came. This might be the same offseason Saquon came. This might be the. Whenever Adrian Peterson got released from the Vikings, I think it was 2016 or 17, can't remember. But Giants really wanted, the Giants fans, especially me, I wanted Adrian Peterson there. Not just, I'm not saying he was going to be our future there, but he could have been a really good running back and especially if we drafted a running back, it could be a two-headed monster there. But, like a nice little 1-2 punch. But Adrian Peterson now, I actually wouldn't, call me crazy, I actually wouldn't mind it. I don't think that's the top of the Giants' priorities though. I don't think it's the top of the Giants' priorities. I think their priorities is getting another wide receiver in here and another tight end in here. That's what I think their priorities are. But if they add Adrian Peterson, I want Hakeem Butler. Like I want Hakeem Butler. He's exactly what the Giants need. A deep threat that also can make possession catches and a good red zone guy. I want Hakeem Butler. That's my max priority. But Adrian Peterson would be a guy I'd probably be thinking about bringing in here. I'm not going to lie. You know? To keep, I mean, it would be kind of risky, you know, bringing in 4 running backs. I don't think it's not needed. We would have to cut one of them. I don't think we should cut Wayne Gallman yet. But 1,000-yard season at 33 is crazy to me. Listen, man, he's a beast. This is why he was a generational talent. He's a generational talent. That's what they do. It's what they do. Should the Giants consider Odell in the next couple of years? Hell no. I used to love Odell. Trust me, I used to love Odell. But, you know, once you break up, when you're in a relationship that was toxic, If you get back in that relationship, it's still toxic. There's not much you can fix with that. There's a lot of bittersweet, bad tastes going on. Laundry and Odell trade for, I think he meant Landry. Landry and Odell trade for Tate and Shep. We would have to throw in so much more than that. We need a wide receiver 1. Yeah, we do need a wide receiver 1. I do agree with you there. I don't think we don't have a wide receiver 1. How are you doing, Kid Blue? Thanks for the question, Visions. How are you? Visions, I think the more important question here is how are you doing? Because, damn, the Jaguars are fire sale everything, dude. Ronnie Harrison, freaking Yannick Ngakoue. Just everybody's gone, dude. It's like tank for freaking Trevor, man. You got to be imagining how the hell Gardner Minshew feels right now. How does Gardner Minshew feel right now, knowing that they're tanking for Trevor Lawrence? That's crazy. But I'm doing okay, Visions. I have a little bit of a issue with the management of our 53-man roster, but damn, your team is going through it right now, man. Going through it. Judge doesn't want any divas on this team. Yeah, and I don't want him either, Lewis. That's why I'm just not gonna bring it. I'm not even gonna consider Odell. Jaguars are tanking. Yeah, Jaguars are freaking tanking. Golden Tate's our number one wide receiver. I'd probably argue that. Yeah, he's a number one, but he's just not I don't know. It's very hard with Golden Tate because he's consistent, but he's not like consistently great. He's like consistently above average. That's what I think of Golden Tate. Like, he's really serviceable, but is any team scared of him as a number one wide receiver? No. If Minshew wants to be good, there's only one thing he needs to do: leave the Jags. Yeah, but I don't think Minshew is good anyway, so doesn't matter what team he goes to. Let's see. Interesting that Washington only kept 5 wide receivers and 3 tight ends. Oh, so they did the same thing we did? Kid Blue, get some sleep. I know, I probably do need to get some sleep, man. I don't sleep that often anymore. Giants sign Antonio. Oh, God, hell no. He's like that no-name type of receiver. Not really. Not really. Golden Tate's not no-name. Last year, Tate was projected 900 yards. Yeah, but Golden Tate missed like 6 games. Something like that. 4 games, 5 games, 6 games, something like that. He missed some of the season. He was on pace for 900 yards. I think he was on pace for 1,000. I think he was on pace for 1,000. Golden Tate's a chain mover. Yeah, he's a chain mover. He's a possession guy, and he's a make you miss guy. He leads the NFL since he was drafted in yards after contact. We need to draft linebacker early next year. Our linebacking core has been weak for years. I think we need to get Micah Parsons. I know the kid out of Penn State, Micah Parsons. OGR is a huge Penn State fan, so he knows a lot about him. You could ask him about that. But Miami Heat are keeping me. Yeah, the Heat are killing it right now, man. They got a little scare. About to go down. About to choke that game 2-1, but. They're looking like they're about to sweep the Bucks, man. That's crazy because a lot of people had the Bucks coming out the East. I think the consensus has the Bucks coming out the East. It's not like that. Aaron Rodgers goes to the Raiders next year. Guys, we have to let the coaches and ownership do their jobs. Trust the process. Downs is a sleeper moving in from the edge. Downs wasn't an edge guy. Downs is an inside linebacker. He's an off-ball linebacker. He was in a 4-3 last year, so he played outside, but he didn't play edge. Last year he played with the Minnesota Vikings. He wasn't a defensive end. He was a linebacker, but there's so much linebacker talent in Minnesota that he just, Ben Gideon, Eric Hendricks, Anthony Barr, there's not much you can do to make that roster if you're a linebacker. You're kind of forced off the team at that point. Darnay Holmes needs to break out this season. I hope he does well. like when you look at him on the Giants for the first time, you don't say that's their best wide receiver because it's really up in the air. But I really think they're gonna give it to him. Yeah, I agree with you there. Yeah, you never really go. That's their best wide receiver. So I agree with you there. All right, guys. So I'm gonna get ready to get off this. This was a crazy stream. 65. I think at one point our like most concurrent viewers we had was like almost 90 people in here. So I want to thank you guys for joining in here. If you guys have any questions before I bounce, you guys let me know. I'm getting a little drowsy right now. I'm gonna try to make PTA stream, but I am getting really drowsy. Gotta get some rest. Just came out of work. I'm also playing fantasy. I just need to eat something. If I eat something, I'll see if I can join in. I just need to eat something. I'm also playing fantasy for the first time this year, so I have other stuff to focus on. I'm in a couple of fantasy leagues, and I'm probably gonna win all of them, just so you know. I was gonna make a fantasy league with you guys, but I've oh crap, dropped my phone. But I was gonna make a fantasy league with you guys, but I don't want to. I'm leaving too much people out. I don't want to leave anybody out. Because last year, everybody wanted to join in, and then I was feeling really bad for people who weren't able to make it. I'm just not going to do... I am going to do... Guys, for those of you guys still in here, don't leave yet. For those of you guys... now the views are starting to drop a little bit. Don't leave yet, guys. Don't leave yet. First off, film review. I want to do a film review on a Giants player before we start the season. Another film review in the future? Yes, Yvette. That's coming. I'm probably going to do it on Isaac Yadam, because a lot of people want to see Isaac Yadam. But if you guys want to see somebody else, let me know. Secondly, what was I gonna say? I am gonna do a straight up pick league like I did last year. Last year there was a winner. He won $50 last year. Okay, so if you guys want to join in and try to win some $50, make sure you guys join in the straight up picks. My NFL pigskin pick'em that I'm gonna be doing this year. I'm gonna be announcing that in the next coming days or so when I make it. And then I'll give you guys the link. I'll give everybody the link so that they can join it. But the winner, and last year I had like I think almost 100 people last year. So the winner will win $50. So if you guys think you guys can guess any games better than I can, let me know. OGR Sports in the building. What's going on, OGR? You came in right when I was about to end the stream, man. But I'm gonna make a video later on everything my problems of the 53-man roster that I'm not really a big fan of. But there are a lot of things I do like, but there's some stuff I don't like. But I'll be having a discussion video later on today. You guys keep your eyes out for that one. Keep your eyes out for the Pigskin Pick'em League. Yeah, guys. I will see you guys in the next stream. Let me just get ready to end it here. But love you guys. See you guys later. And make sure you guys tell me who you guys want to see. Logan Ryan. Yeah, I'll do one on Logan Ryan. I'm going to do Isaac Yadam first, but Logan Ryan seems like a really good one as well. Because I had to do the Yadam one because everybody's hounding me for that to do it on Isaac Yadam. So, alright guys. I'll see you guys in the next stream.